Hello guys, I'm Oluwafemi. I'll be taking us through SQL main wildcards. No, I'll be taking two here, these first two, because in class we taught the percent wildcard, but I will add the underscored wildcard also in this tutorial. Then I will tell us how it functions. Then we'll go to the other aspects that were taught yesterday. That's the operators, the logical operation, the arithmetic operation, and the lights. Then I'll take us to, we have been using where statements even in our day-to-day codes, and I will take us to another aspect of it, which is the where clause, the having clause, sorry, the having clause, where you use your having clause, where you use your where clause, and all such. So let's get started. The first one here is a wildcard called percent wildcard. This percent wildcard is just like something that's searched through a particular a particular field. Like the application of this is probably you are working on a data set and you want to retrieve a name, but you've forgotten the name, how the name is being spelled, but you can remember something that starts the name. You can remember what actually starts the name. With this wildcard, you can retrieve that name. Now, what do I mean? Let's go to practical demonstration. We'll be using the Academy database to do whatever we're going to do today. So let me load the staff table. Okay, why do we have this? Okay, my database, sorry about that. I'll use my Academy, so this should load now. All right, now let me pick an example here. Let me just choose randomly. Let me choose randomly. Okay, let me choose this number 5, which is Cynthia. So I want to write a code that will return this Cynthia for me, that will return this particular row for me. But the thing is, I know that what I wanted starts with a C, that's the first name, and the last name starts with what? With an S, but I can't just figure it. I don't know how to spell it. So this is how you're going to do it. You select all from staff table, from staff, you come down where first name, like you put your, so like, you know what's actually start the name is C, you put your C, then you put your percent, then you close it, then you use the and to join it. This is another operator, this is a logical operator, and where like this, and last name, then you put your last name. Okay, last name, like, then I know what value start that, which is let me put it in S, then I put my percent, then I do this. So this is what I want to retrieve. As you can see here, this is because in my thinking I could remember that it is C that starts the name, but I've forgotten. I know that it's also S that started, so let me run this, whether it will return that for me. You can see it has returned Cynthia and this for me. So that's the scenario where you use your what do they call it, your percent wildcard. Let me load the staff table again and do another demonstrations for proper understanding. Okay, let me pick another one. Now the thing is, in this case, now let me pick this okay, let me just go down. Okay, let me pick this very last one, this James. Now I know that James, I know that there is X, is X that end this James, You understand? I know the position, which is the one that end it, and in the last name I know is end that ended. So I can write my query like this. Copy. Let me paste it here. So I can put a here. Let me put n here. Let me put n here. Let me put s here. Let me put h here. Let me put h. Let me put j. Let me put j. So let me try and run this and see what it will return for us. You can see it returned James and this Harden, because we've already specified that, okay, I know what actually started this, which is J. I know what ends it, which is S. But I don't know the 3 letters remaining. I can't figure them out. So this percent wildcard will help you to retrieve it, and which is here. So that's how to do that. Then the next aspect I will teach us is the underscored. Let me take us to the underscored, which is this one. The underscored is telling you the exactly one character. When you use one hypercent, it's telling you one character. It's indirectly telling you numbers of character that are before the number you can remember. Okay, let's do another demonstration here. I will go back to my, let me load the staff table. Let me load the, why is it doing this? Let me load the staff. Yeah, let me load it again. Let me run it again, so that will pick a scenario also from this. Now this is what I want to achieve here. Okay, you can see this Rahim and Khan. Now this is what I want to retrieve with the underscored. Now I can go back to this. Let me copy this. Let me copy and paste it here. Let me paste, Ctrl V. Now the thing is, now I know that Rahim has 6 letters, and I know that this Khan has 4 letters. But I can remember that in Rahim, I don't know whether it's double E or one E, but I can remember that it's R-A-H-E. You understand? I can use my underscore here. Since the position for the R-A-H is 3, I'll just put my underscore 1. I'll put the underscore 1. Sorry. I'll put my underscore, which is 1, 2, 3. And I know after the Rahim, after the R-A-H, I know it's E that is there, but I don't know whether the E are 2. So I can put he here. Then I come to the other place, which is the last name. I know that is K. I know it's K that starts the whole thing. Or I know that, okay, let me say I don't know that it's KH that will start, because it's not, the spelling is irregular, but I know that A is there. So I know the position of A falls somewhere in the 3rd place. So I can say underscored, then I put my A. This, now I'm trying to retrieve this particular row here. So let's run this and let's see what happened. Wow, Ctrl Z. Let's see what happened. Let me execute. Wow, why is it not returning anything? Okay, let me load my staff table again. Since I made a mistake there, let's do the demonstration again. Let me load it. Say it's this particular one. Okay, here this Rahim. Rahim. I know is E. After that I have E. That's 1, 2, 3. I have an E here, and I have 1, 2, which is A. So why is it running? Okay, let me combine it with the with this. Let me combine it with this and run it. You can see. Sorry, I forgot to put the percent and wildcard. So the percent wildcard and this underscore, they are indirectly working together. So you can see it has returned Rahim and Khan for me, because I know that this Rahim have RAH and have he, but I don't know whether the E is double E. That was why I did this that I did here. You understand? And now it have returned the full name for me and everything. So let's try and do another demonstration. Let me load the staff table again. Let me load it again. What's that? Let me load the staff table again. Let me pick another random scenario. Let me pick this. Let me pick this. Okay, now I want to return okay, let me pick this. Now this particular name here, Shall and then Miriam, Shall and Miriam, let me copy this, copy, then I'll paste it. If we check this critically, assuming I know the first, I don't know the first letter, but I know the second letter is S. I know the second letter is X. Then I don't know the rest, but I know probably it's an L. It's an L that ends it. Or let me just try something. I know there's an S in the second place. Then I know that let me 1, 2. Okay, let me do underscore. That's one place. That's second place. Then the third place is R. Then let me take this out. Let me load this so that it will run. You can see it run because I was able to identify one letter in the name, and you can see it return it back to me. So that is how to use your underscore with your percent wildcard. I hope we understand how to use this wildcard. So let's go to the next aspect I want to take us through. I will not take us through the remaining wildcard because we're not taught in class. So this is just like a summary of what I've taught, and I've done the practical demonstration of them all. Now I want to take us to this, just a super short code or a shortcut. When you're seeing your percent, it means many letter. When you see this underscore, it means one letter. When you see ABC, choose one letter. So that's just that. Then the next aspect I will take us to is, what is where clause? Where clause is like a filter, as we have used it in the other query I wrote. You can see that it filters out what we are looking for. It's just like a filter. It filters out the exact thing we are looking for. It reduces the whole table to what you are interested in. That is the function of the where card. Sorry, and the where clause. So the where clause can use equals to. When you're writing your where clause, you can use equals to, you can use greater than, you can use less than, you can use less than or equals to, you can use greater than or equals to, you can use not equals to, you can use like. We have used like, but I'll still ensure I use all these operators for us using our where clauses. I will do that now. Then the like, the in means your many options, that you have many options. Then the between, you can use between also, you can use is not, that means empty values. So let me go and use all this operator with our where clauses or should I use it, because I know we'll still encounter it when we're dealing with our operators. But let me just look for a scenario where I can use it. Okay, let me go to our SQL and let me load staff. I think there's age in staff. I'll use age, the age in staff. Okay, there's age. Very good. So I'll be using that age. Now let me load this. Let me copy this. I don't want to type much, please pardon me. Okay, then I paste. Now I want to select all from staff where age equals to, let me say equals to 40. Let me just use that, equals to 40. Now let me load it. You can see these are the only people that their age is 40. Now let me do where age is greater than. Let me use the greater than is to the right, so greater than. Now greater than, but if you want to use the greater than, you will remove the equals to. So let's load. You can see greater than 40. Now these are all the age that are greater than 40, because if you check this, they are all greater than 40. But let me add greater than or equals to. If you add greater than equals to, that means it's going to pick 40 with its selections. We can see it's going to pick 40. You can see we have 40 here. You can see we have 40 here. You understand? You can see we have 40 here. Now let me use less than. Let me use the less than or equals to 40. Less than or equals to 40. That will be 40 downward. 40 downward. If you see this, it's 40 downward. Okay, let me use the less than 40. You can see 40 will not be in my return value. 40 will not be there. You can see. Then if I say equals to, if I want to use the word equals to 40, that means I want to return those when that equals to 40. You can see it's only 40 we have here. Or let me use the word less than 40. Okay, I've done that already. So I've used the greater than, I've used the less than, I've used the less than or equals to, I've used the greater than or equals to. Okay, let me see where age is. Let me use is null. Where age is null, this will not return anything, because I don't think there's no empty colon in our age, so it will not return anything. But if you have an empty what do they call it, if you have an empty row or empty colon, it's going to return something. But let's use where is null. Okay, let me use where age is not null. This not null is going to return the old table for us. Let's see. We can see it has returned the old table for us, because there is no empty column or empty field here. That's why it's returning all for us. So I've used equals to, I've used less than, I've used greater than, I've used greater than, equals to. Now let me do another one where age is not equals to. Let me just do that very quickly. Where age is not equals to 40 to 40. Let me say 40 and 45 and 50, where age is not equals to 40 and 45. Let's see, did it run? Where this is not equals to, okay, let me just do one operator, not equals to, where this is not equals to 40. You can see all these, they are not equals to 40, but this, let me what I did earlier, let me combine it into the n, where, okay, in let me open bracket, let me put 40, 60, 70, then let me close this. Where age is this? Okay, this will run. Where age is this? So just saying, where age is 40, 60, 70, it's because we don't have 70 in our age. Let me run this. It will return nothing. I think it's only 40 we have. You can see to return nothing for us. So I think I've dealt with that aspect here. That's the, okay, I've done with all this. We've used like, I've used in, which is many. Okay, let me use the between. I've used is null, that is empty. Let me use between. I've not used between. Let me go and use between. Okay, where age is between, let me use between is between 30, no, 60, no, let me so that will be factual, so that I'll be correct. Let me load the table so that I will not make error stuff. Okay, so let me, where this is between 20 to 50, let me say 20 to 50. So it's between 20 to 50, or 50, is it and? Let me use and 50. Why do I have a red? Why do I have the red here? Okay, let me run it. You can see, if you check this now, all these are between 20 to 50. You never see anything that is above 50 here, because I have my upper limits and my lower limits. So that's just how to use our between. So let me go further to see what else I have here. Okay, now I have operators in SQL, which is a comparison operator, and which I've used earlier. This operator you are seeing here, this our equals to, not equals to, greater than, less than, greater than, equals to, greater than or less than. You know, all of them, they are all comparison operators. They are comparison operator because they are comparing things together. I don't need to do any demonstration here because I've done it in the previous outline. So the other one here is the logical operation. When you're talking about the logical operation, this comprises of the and, or, and not. If you talk of and, that means one of those, the two conditions must be correct. The two conditions must be correct when you are using and. Okay, let's do a practical example here. Let me load the stuff table. I think I'll copy this staff table so that I won't be coming to this place anymore. Let me copy and let me just drop it here. Let me just drop it here so that I can reuse it whenever I want to use it. Control V, where are you? Wow. Alright, let me copy it again. I think I did something wrongly. The staff. Copy. Then let me paste it here. Control V. Alright, so now I'll be able to reuse it. So let me load this. Let me execute this. I want to use the AND operator here. Although I've used it here before, you can see the two conditions must be met. If you want to use your AND, the two conditions must be met. Now let me use first name and age, or let me use age. Let me use age and gender. Let me use age and gender. That would be perfect. Okay, let me still copy this. Let me use age and gender. Let me copy this. Copy, Control V. Now we are going to, you are saying select all from staff where age is greater than, let me use greater than 40, where age is greater than 40, and gender equals female. That's F. So let's run this. Now the condition we wrote here is anything you are returning, that person must be more than 40. Yeah, the person must be more than 40, and at the same time the person must be a female. Now let's run it. So you must meet the two criteria. You can see all these people who made mention of here, they are what? They are more than 40 and they are all female. You must meet the two criteria. Okay, let me change this to all. This is all. You can see this all. Now any of the condition can be met. You can either be 40 or you are a female. Now you can either be greater than 40 or you're a female. So let's run it. That means you're going to see both male and female here. You get it? So let's execute this. What did I just do? What's that? Okay, sorry about that. Let me execute this. You can see these people, they are what? They are more than, they are greater than what? 40, and at the same time they are female. You can see this one is 30. It does not meet up with the what? With the first criteria, which is 40 years, which is greater than 40 years. But it met with the what? With the second criteria, which is female. That's why we have him returned here. If we check through again, this one meet up with what? This one meet up with the above what? Above 40. You understand? It met up with the above 40, but it did not meet the other criteria, which is what? Must be a female. So one of these conditions, when you are using the or statement, one of these conditions must be correct. That's for the or statement. You get? So let me change this to not. The last one, let me change this to not. It's not and for the not, let me use the not, but the not is a different case. When you want to do your not, you use it differently. Your not will come immediately after your where statement. That's your not. You put your not, you open the bracket. I want to do where age is not greater than where age is greater than 40. Yeah, where age is greater than 40, then I'll close it. This is how to use our not statement. You can see it's going to return those age that are greater than 40. You can see they are not greater than 40. Sorry, they are not greater than 40. If you check, this is not greater than 40, this is not greater than 40, all they are not greater than 40. So that's how to use your logical operators. That's logical operators. Okay, let's go further. We've done that before. Then there is one we call the special operators. Invariably, I've used all these operators in everything we've been doing. I've used between, I've used in, I've used like, I've used is null, I've used is not null. So I've used every of these operators, but the reason why I'm taking us through this so that we'll get acquainted to it and know how they function. So I will not do any demonstration I will not do any further demonstration on this, so I can still go further. This is our arithmetic. This is our arithmetic. This is modulus. In SQL, this is when you are talking about arithmetic, this wildcard here, this percent is a modulus, which is talking about reminder. Like, okay, let me go to let me just write a code using our arithmetic operators. Okay, let me say, okay, select staff ID, select staff underscore ID underscore ID. Then I want to select staff underscore ID, select then first underscore name, and sum of, I don't know, will this work? Let me put, no, it will not work. It will not work. Okay, it will not work. Okay, let me just do normal arithmetic for us. Let me just do it. That's 5 plus 6. 5 plus 6. If I run it, y incorrect syntax near 5. Incorrect syntax near 5. Why that? For this message not to get long, please, I will leave the arithmetic because it's something we can actually do. It's just plus minus, plus minus, multiplication. You can see the explanation here. You can add salary and bonus together in your code. You can subtract salary minus tax. You can multiply price and quantity to get your what? The actual revenue. Then this is division, this is modulus. The percentage here is modulus, and this one is dealing with what? Is dealing with reminder. If you do 5 divided by 2, this will return 1 for you because it's picking the remainder. It's picking the remainder. So that's for arithmetic. Now this is just a summary table. Comparison, you have your equals to, not equals to, greater than, less than, greater than or equals to, less than or equals to. Then our logical, we have and, or, and not, which I've used all these operators in my demonstration above. Then the between, like, in, like, is null, I've used that also. Then let me go further. Okay, comparison checks. This is just a trick. Comparison checks, logical connect, special searches, that's a search, then arithmetic calculates. If you have this in your head, you understand what we are trying to say. Then this is where I'm coming to. You know, we have used our where clause. We know where our where is, but our where clause is used before grouping. This is used for, it is used before we group a particular, a particular information. That is where we use our where. But the only difference between our where and having is when you want to use your having clause is used for aggregate values. Before you can, if you do count. Okay, let me do something. Let me do count. Okay, let me do select. Select count, let me say, or sum. Let me use sum age. Let me see when I have to run age. Why is it not running? Invalid column name age. Well, we have age. Okay, let me see. Maybe I'm not getting it. Let me go to staff. Age. Okay. From where? Sorry, I didn't. From staff. From staff table. Yeah, from staff table. That's where I want to get this from. Or let me also select something with this. Let me put okay, let me load this. I want to filter something with it. So let me load the staff table. Okay, this is it here. Let me load it and see. Okay, so age, if I use gender, it's going to return just 2 for me. Okay, let me use staff type. Okay, let me use staff underscore type. Staff underscored type. Staff underscored type. Okay, now let me run where from this. Okay, let me run this. Okay, sorry, let me use Alvin age is equals to 50. I doubt if this will run. So Alvin, is it having clause? Let me see. Having clause. Okay, having let me say sum of age greater than 50. I don't know how to apply this. I don't know how to apply this. So I will just set up this method. Although I have a picture of how this works, I know it's an aggregate value, but in this data set, I'm just trying to look for a way of how to apply this, but it's not working fine. So, but I will do a video that covers this. Maybe in my next video, I'll talk about the having clause, maybe using another data set that has to do with probably, salary and also, but I can't just apply it here. So please just pardon me and bear with me. So thank you for watching the entire series of this demonstration, how we can use, where we spoke about our wildcard, we spoke about our operators, the logical operators, the arithmetic, the comparison, and the special. So I hope we understood this to some extent. If you love what I do, please kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can share to other people so that they can learn from this demonstration. Thank you very much. I remain Oluwafemi. Thank you.